Hi everyone and welcome to lesson 2 in our poetry week. So yesterday we had to go at writing a shape poem. Can you remember a shape poem is where we write our ideas in the shape of the thing we're talking about? Well done. Now today we're going to write a sense poem. A sense poem. Now a sense poem is where we use our senses to help us write our poem. Now we have 5 senses. I wonder, can you remember what our 5 senses are? Tell the screen now what you think our 5 senses are and then we'll talk about them together. Super work. Right, our 5 senses. We have got looking, we've got touching and feeling, we've got smelling, we've got tasting, and we have hearing. Okay, so those are our 5 senses. We've got looking, touching, smelling, tasting, and hearing. Can you do it with me? Looking, touching, smelling, tasting, and hearing. Well done. Okay, so those are our 5 senses, and we're going to use our 5 senses to help us write a poem. Okay? Now our first job is to go outside and use our senses to collect some ideas. Okay, so that's our first job, is to use our senses to collect all our ideas to help us write our poem. So what I would like you to do is to go outside and I want you to use your 5 senses. I want you to think, what can you see? What can you hear? Can you feel anything? Are there any smells? Can you taste anything? Okay, so you're going to use your 5 senses to help you collect ideas from outside. Now, here are some of the ideas I came up with when I went outside. So, here's my idea sheet, and you can see I've got I can see, I can hear, I can feel, I can smell, and I can taste. And I'm going to come up with some ideas of what I collected when I was outside. So, for my I can see box, so that's about what I could see, I wrote green trees, muddy paths, fluffy clouds. Those are the things that I could see when I was outside. Then for my hearing sense, I wrote I can hear birds chirping, wind whooshing, beeping cars, because those are the things I could hear when I was outside. Then, for the I can feel, I wrote I can feel wet grass, rough tree bark, cold air. Okay, so that was my feeling sense. I could feel all those things. And then for the I can smell, I came up with fresh breeze, because I could smell the fresh breeze. Now our tasting sense is a little bit tricky when we were outside, because I wasn't eating anything outside. And I wasn't eating the air, okay? So that's okay if you can't come up with anything for that one, but you might come up with something that I didn't think of. Now, if you want an extra challenge for when you're collecting your ideas, can you spot that in my ideas that I came up with, I used some adjectives to add some more detail and make my sentences even better? Okay, so when you're outside, you might want to come up with some adjectives to describe the things you're seeing. So rather than saying, I can see trees, you might want to give me an adjective like I used. I can see green trees, okay? So that's your challenge if you want to do it, but try and come up with some ideas using your 5 senses. Now, like I say, there are some senses that are a bit trickier than other ones to collect ideas for. The tasting lens and the smelling lens are a bit tricky. So what I would like you to do is try to use at least 2 of your senses, okay? You've got to think of at least 2 of your senses, but if you're wanting a challenge, try to use at least 4 and even 5 if you can come up with some ideas, okay? But at least 2 senses. So pause the video here, go outside, collect your sense ideas, and then come back here once you're done. Super work everyone, so now we've collected all our ideas, we can turn them into a poem. So on the screen I've put some line starters that we could use. We could start our poem with I can hear, and then you could write what you can hear. I can see, and you can write what you can see. I can feel, and you might write what you can feel. So I'm going to have a go at putting my ideas into some lines, and then you can have a go at putting your ideas down. So I've written in my poem, I can hear the rain. I can see dark clouds. I can feel the cold breeze. Okay, so there's 3 lines in my poem. Now you can come up with some more lines, but that's what I came up with. Now, if you would like an extra challenge and you feel like you can do an extra challenge, have a go at using adjectives in your sentence and have a go at using and, okay? So you might want to say, I can hear the gentle rain. Can you see that I've added an adjective in? Rather than saying I can hear the rain, I've said I can hear the gentle rain. You could also use and. I can see the green and damp grass. Okay, can you see I've used 2 adjectives and I've used and to connect those ideas. I can see the green and damp grass. Okay, so if you're feeling like an extra challenge, try and use adjectives and as your challenge word, okay? But that's only if you want an extra challenge. Now you've got some special paper with lines and your kinetic letter branch to help you with your writing. You can write down your poem and then take a picture of it or post it onto Dojo, and I would love to see your poems that you've written using your senses. Good luck everyone. Bye!